Hey y'all, this is Brandy from Southern Crafts DIY, and I want to say hey to all my returning viewers and welcome any new viewers. So if you follow me on social media, which links are down below, you'll have seen a list of everything needed for today's project. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in, and I'm going to show you what's needed. So let's get started. Alright, this is not essential, but it's nice to have it. Yeah, sorry. Is a silicone mat for working with the resin, so this will help keep it from sticking everywhere if it gets outside of the mold. So I'll clean it up in a little bit, it's fine. So you're gonna need that. Now I am going to be using the epoxy resin that you mix, so you can use this or you can use UV, there you go, UV resin. If you use UV resin, I would recommend, I'm not recommend, you need a UV lamp. I'm sorry, I just cannot talk today. So one or the other. And if you're using this, you're gonna need mixing containers. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting something. Oh, here they go. You're gonna need mixing containers, and then I use these little cups to measure how much resin and hardener to put in there. So if, like I said, if you're going to be doing the mix, the one that hardens by itself, you're going to need measuring cups and something to mix it in. I use both of these, so, and of course stirring sticks. And no matter what you use, you're going to need gloves. I like these disposable gloves. I don't like the ones that actually come with the resin because they're too loose, so I'm not fond of that. So you're gonna need that. You're gonna need molds, and I actually bought 2 packs of the same mold because I'm gonna be making earrings, and it's just easier if I can pour it at once. Excuse me, that's what I'm trying to say. It's easier if you can pour it all at once. So you're gonna need molds. I got these for $1.25 at Dollar Tree, and you can reuse them, so it's well worth the money. Now, we're going to try this because I've done it before. People say that if you get bubbles in your mix, use one of these lighters to just go over it and it'll pop the bubbles. So if needed, I have that. And then what we're going to do is, you know, Easter's right around the corner. So what I want to do is I want to take some of these little Easter pieces I got these from Hobby Lobby. They were not that expensive, and they were also 40% off. So, and I'm going to put them in the earrings. So we're going to make some different earrings, but I just want to show you that. Now all this is optional. I'm going to show you how to do the earrings, but any of this extra stuff, all this, the little pieces, the dye is optional. So I got some blue, red, pink, and yellow dye, which if I decide to use, I have that, which I probably will to show you. Okay, and then the last thing you need, the last things you're going to need, because you are making jewelry, sorry I didn't get it all out, is you're going to need some earring pieces. I'm going to do these little hangy ones, and some jump rings to attach the earring, the mold, I can't even talk. To attach the resin piece to the earring, you're going to need some jump rings, and you're going to need pliers. I got this, and I have a little ring that apparently I left out. I'll show you in a little bit, that I slip over my finger, and it'll help me open the jump rings. So that's what's needed for this project. And like I said, some of it's optional if you don't have the dye, which these, I'm going to say again, these I got from Dollar Tree, and I really like them. I think they're pretty good. They were $1.25 a piece. I've already used them several times. I like them. So, and of course you could probably get some little things from Dollar Tree, but these I got from Hobby Lobby. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and jump in and get started. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my gloves on. And I tend to reuse my gloves a couple times until they just give me too many problems. But also, I just want to let y'all know, you want to make sure that the mold you use, the resin you use, make sure that you read it. Like, this is low odor, so I use it in the house, but you want to make sure you have protective stuff on. And if it's not low odor, make sure you're in a well ventilated area. I probably should be in a different area, but it's not bothering me. I've not had any problems, and I've used my resin a bunch, so I'm not too concerned about it. But I can always change what I do later on if need be. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're going to do. So we're going to do a couple different ones. I'm probably not going to do too many, but I'll probably do at least 2, maybe 3, depending. So what we're going to do is, it is a mixture of 1:1. It's the same. So if I do the little 2.5, I got to do 2.5 for both of them. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm not sure how much I have to put in here for the earrings, but I'm sure that should be enough for one earring. So I'm just putting them in here, and I'm making sure I fill it up to whatever line I'm using, both of them. So, alright. Now, I'm gonna, because I'm doing different ones, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here, because I don't want to make, I mean, it's not a big deal, but I want to make sure I can be able to read the thing. But you can mix it, if you're just using a small amount, you can mix it in the cups. You don't have to move it to another part. But there's a reason why I'm doing it, so. And you try to get it all, as much of it out as you can. I try to get it all out, but sometimes some of it stays. The thicker one, so I work on getting as much of it out as I can. That was this one. And I try to remember which one I used for which, because I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I'm going to use these cups more than once, so get it all out. And the main thing is just have fun with this. See, I got a little bit on the silicone, so it'll dry there and it won't be a big deal. But so now you just mix it, and you don't go too fast. You're gonna mix it for about 3 minutes. And I don't think you want to see me mixing it for 3 minutes, so I will come back on once it is mixed. Alright, so I think it's mixed pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is, give me a second. Like, you clean it and it's just like, I don't know. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in here, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to pour slowly, because I don't want to overfill it. And the reason why I don't want to overfill it is because I am going to be putting something in it. And I'm just going to take this, and we go around the piece and try to get it to fill up. We'll do the same over here. I might have got a little bit too much in it. I was trying to be careful, but this is actually the first time I've worked with these molds per se. Alright, so we're going to hold that, and then I'm going to put some of these in there like I said. And I'm just going to, I'll push them down. I'm not trying, oops, I put too much. I'm not trying to match it. But I am just trying to, so you know it's Easter, you know what I'm saying? I'll put too much in here, but we're gonna go with it because it's in there, you know. They stuck to my finger. And then I'm gonna add some more of the resin over it, not too much. On both sides. I'm going to try to fill up the little, oops, thing. I got a drop there. I wasn't trying to get there. Hopefully it doesn't mess it up. Let me see if I can get it off with some paper towel. You gotta try to be careful because, you know, you can mess it up if you go too fast. Now, like I said, we're gonna hope and see this works. And of course, you can match them if you want, but I'm just doing whatever. So let's see. I'm gonna add a little bit more in there, and we're gonna do some colored earrings. So I'll show you once I got it ready. Alright, y'all, but now remember, I am by no means an expert when it comes to this, but we're going to have some fun and try it. So, I have mixed it up some, and we're going to just throw a little bit of blue in here. And we're just going to have some fun with it. So, I'm not going to mix it completely, because I kind of like it when it's not mixed completely. So, you see that? Look at that. I think that's so cool. So we're just going to leave it like that. And then we're going to pour it in some spots. And see how this works. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It went crazy on me, y'all. And don't worry too much, because you can always fix it later. Put a little bit more in here. Ooh, there it goes again. If it gets a little too much, you can always fix it. File it down, for lack of a better word. Alright. So, this needs a little bit more. I said a little bit. Crazy. Alright, we're just going to go with it. And I'm going to put some here just so it's something different. And we're just going to see how they come out looking. So they have polishing kits. They use different size what's it called, sandpaper to polish it. I bought a kit off of Temu. So we're just going to try this stuff and see how it works. And they have little pieces that help you get in the corners. I don't have that right now. That is what I'm working on. I'm still a newbie when it comes to these. So we're just seeing what we can do. Okay, this isn't, I wouldn't call this an earring. It's got 2 spots, so I mean, probably still could, but I'm going to put some of this in here and see where it gets me. I'm just using up my stuff. I'm trying to be careful, but I'm having problems. I don't think I will ever be a fine jewelry maker. Oops. But if, as you know, I told you I wasn't going to use the whole, I wasn't going to completely mix it, but if you decided you want to completely mix the color, you just keep adding, you just keep mixing it until it completely comes out one color. And you can do as many drops in there as you wanted. I used, what I used, 1, and I think it's fine. So we're just having some fun here. Let's put it in the star. And this takes about 4 hours before you could demold it, but I like to make sure, so I usually leave mine overnight just because I don't want any problems. But I mean, just go by what it says. If you do UV, it's only a couple minutes on each side. So I mean, like I said, you can just go by what it says. So, and I'm just putting it in these until I run out. This will be the last one, and I don't even really know if I'm going to be able to fill it up. But if I don't, I can always use the design for something else. It's not a huge deal. I think I'm going to be able to fill it up though. Get a little crazy on that one. Alright, so there's a little tiny bit left. I don't know. I'm just going to put it in the molds until I run out. And this is really my first time using these kind of molds. Yeah, that's it. Alright, I'm just going to let it, and like I said, 4 hours I'm going to do overnight, and we'll come back when they're done and see what they look like. And then I'll show you the next step. Alright y'all, they should be dry, so we're going to go ahead and pull them out and see what they look like. Let's double check. Some of the resin on the thing was not dry. So give me a second. Sorry, everything's rolling into the way. Alright, so we're going to continue to pull it out. I think they came out looking pretty good for a first time doing this. Oops. So I'm pretty happy with them so far. There is one. Okay, so there are some bubbles in it. I forgot when I was doing this part that I was going to try to take the bubbles out. Well, actually I forgot, period, even. But despite that, they look good and I don't mind the bubbles. So this one got a little overfilled, as you can see. So we're gonna have to work on doing that, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. Okay. I don't know if this is the right way, but you do what you do. So in my polishing kit, I got some metal files. So I tried to just, you know, they got some scissors too, I think. I could try that too. But I'm just showing you the different ways. It came with some scissors also, so we could try that too. See if we can cut this down. So you don't have to file as much. I forgot about scissors, so there, it got most of it. And I don't want to mess it up, so, because my hands shake, so I'm going to go back to filing it down. So, I think I almost got it. There's a polishing cloth too. I'm going to take so I can see what it looks like. Alright, so it's not too bad. I like it. I think it's cute. We're going to move on, and I'm going to show you how to, hold on a second. I'm going to show you how to, whoops, how to make the earrings. I threw it. Now, these are really cute. I probably would have added a couple more because I kind of like this one better than I like this one, but they're both cute. They don't have to be exactly the same. They look Eastery to me, so we're going to go with that. And yes, I said Eastery. So let's move on to the next step. And I'm going to take these and we're going to see how this works, because I think I got the right size. Oh, doing this right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my earrings and I'm going to put the back on them so that I don't lose the backs. I mean, you technically don't need backs with these, but I like having backs with my earrings. So, and you can make necklaces and bracelets out of these too, but I want to show you some earrings. So I'm going to take this, and I got my jewelry pliers, and I don't know what this is called, but I call it a little ring. Sorry, hold on, my ring's twisting on me. Alright, and I'm just going to take, and I'm going to pull it that way. You don't want to bend this way. It's really hard to get the ring back into shape if you do that. Let me see, these might be too small because I didn't realize the hole was going to be that big. So I might have to go get a bigger pair, but I can still show you with a different earring. So we will take these triangles and you just flip it in there, and I'm going to do more than one, I think. Oops. It slipped. And before you close it, you go ahead and you put the other one in there. Or you could go ahead and close it first because you got to open the other one anyways. It's up to you how you want to do it. And you get that pretty straight on there. I'm going to use a magnifying glass a little later on to make sure I got it straight. Let me double check because I might need one more. Nope, these are fine. Alright, so, and then you just close it. And then you have a pair of dangly earrings. And you could do longer. I'm going to show you longer with the next one. And I'll go back and fix this. But I just want to show you the different ways you can do it. So you're going to... Oh, that one only had one. So I guess I'll show you with a different earring. And I'll just leave that one alone. Sorry, y'all. Alright. So we're going to make a pair of dangly earrings. Longer dangly. So we will go with the square or diamond shape. And close it. And I don't know how many I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a couple. I think I'm going to do all these that are here, which is 5. And we will see how we like it. And like I said, you're just going to go through and you're going to do dangles. And this just makes the earring longer. Okay, and now onto the last one to open up. And we'll put the earring. If it does what I want it to do. And we just put the earring on there. And now we have dangle. See the difference? It's quite a bit longer. Sorry. I'm working on it. It does what it wants to do. It's quite a bit longer. And either way works. So I'm going to go get bigger things. I'm going to show you the earrings I'm going to make with these because these were the project. So give me a second. Alright, I checked to make sure this worked. And I'm going to show you. So I took a bigger ring. I don't have the sizes on these. I know at Hobby Lobby these are 120 in a pack. I already threw the packs away for all my different things. I can look it up and show you in a picture on my social media if you want. But I just open it pretty wide, stick it in there, and then I close it. And I want to explain something to you about this ring, just so y'all see. It's got 4 different sizes for the jump hoops, jump rings, for the thickness of them to help you do this. So alright, I'm only going to do the big one on that. I don't need it for the whole thing. I'm going to go back to the smaller because I have it in there already. As soon as I find one that wants to come out and work. And so tomorrow I'm actually going to be going and selling some of my, trying to sell some of my stuff. So fingers crossed that this works. So you can also do a necklace out of this. I don't think I want to make it too much longer than that because it is pretty big earring as it is. So we're going to go ahead and do both sides and then I'll get the earrings out. I forgot to do this. I meant to put this on before I close it. Oh well. It is what it is. So, just as y'all can see, I have a closer up video on this because this is smaller stuff I'm working with. So I didn't have to stay as far back as I normally do because I usually do bigger stuff. So let's go ahead and get this on here. And like I said, if you're having a hard time seeing, trying to get it closed and everything, a magnifying glass works really well. They have them ones on stands that are for stuff like this, that are lighted and all that. Works really well. I'm just looking at it. I think they came out really cute, y'all. So I'm really happy with how these came out, even though they're different. I mean, this one doesn't even have a carrot in it, but the whole point was the randomness. They both look Eastery, so it works. Ooh, slipped. Alright, so there are my Easter earrings. I love these, y'all. They are so cute. Alright, so I showed you a few things you can do. They don't have to all be the same. And I know I didn't do both of my little, I only had one triangle because I ran out. Remember, I personally will wear one earring. They don't have to match. I don't care. So, not a big deal, but there's the different earrings. They're so cute. I know I didn't finish this one, but I will finish it. But I just want to show you what they look like real quick. So, yay, they are so cute. Alright, there are my earrings done. I think they are so cute. I'm so happy with it. Now, if you look at this one, you see it has 2 holes in it. I am going to be doing a video later on a bracelet. I think that's going to be my next video, and I think I might incorporate this into it. I wasn't planning on it, but it does have the 2 holes. You can also do a necklace with it, but I think I'm going to do a bracelet with this and show y'all what you can do with this. It's already made. So I will finish out the rest later. I just wanted to show you real quick how easy it is to make some really cute jewelry to give, sell, or keep. Alright, so that is it for this video. I absolutely love how it came out. And if you liked it, please, please, please like, share, subscribe, or comment down below because it helps my channel grow. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!